Genenta Science, trading under the ticker Gnta, is one of the most unusual small-cap investment stories in the market today. The company originally operated as a clinical-stage biotechnology company focused on cancer therapies, particularly its Temferon platform for glioblastoma. However, in 2026, Genenta began a major strategic transformation toward becoming an industrial consolidator with exposure to aerospace, defense, national security, and biotechnology. This transformation is potentially significant because the company is moving away from being purely dependent on long and expensive clinical development cycles and is attempting to build a portfolio of businesses that already generate revenue and EBITDA. The most important thing investors need to understand about Gnta is that the old biotech thesis is no longer the complete story. Management is attempting to create a diversified platform by acquiring controlling stakes in specialized companies operating in strategic industries. The goal is to identify smaller businesses with established technology, customers, revenue, and profitability, then provide them with capital and resources to accelerate growth. If this strategy succeeds, Gnta could eventually be valued more like a high-growth industrial holding company, rather than a traditional clinical-stage biotech. The first major step in this transformation is Sòphia High Tech, an Italian aerospace and defense engineering and manufacturing company. Sòphia specializes in precision mechanical components and assemblies for space, defense, and advanced industrial applications, and has worked on more than 530 projects. Its ecosystem includes major organizations such as the European Space Agency, Italian Aerospace Agency, AVIO, Thales Alenia Space, Leonardo, MBDA, and D-Orbit. Genenta agreed to invest up to €6 million through 2 tranches, with the second tranche linked to performance conditions. This is important because Gnta is not simply investing in another speculative development stage company. It is attempting to acquire exposure to an operating business serving strategic industries. Sòphia's financial performance is one of the strongest arguments supporting the new Gnta strategy. During fiscal 2025, Sòphia generated approximately €7.17 million of sales, representing 29.3% growth. Total value of production reached approximately €8.47 million, while EBITDA increased 68.1% to approximately €1.61 million. Operating profit increased more than 80% to approximately €1.21 million. An EBITDA margin of roughly 19% demonstrates that Sòphia is already operating with meaningful profitability. If this growth continues, the company could become an increasingly important contributor to Gnta's consolidated financial profile. Genenta's second major opportunity is ATC, another Italian defense-focused manufacturing company. Gnta has entered into a staged, performance-based acquisition structure with the objective of eventually obtaining control. The company expects to invest approximately €5.1 million across several performance-driven tranches. ATC's management expects approximately €4 million of revenue in 2026, increasing to around €9 million in 2027. EBITDA is expected to exceed €2 million in 2026 and approximately double in 2027. If these targets are achieved and Gnta obtains control, ATC could become another important operating asset within the new industrial platform. The strategic logic behind this transformation is compelling. Aerospace and defense businesses can benefit from increasing European defense spending, rising demand for specialized engineering capabilities, high barriers to entry, and long-term relationships with established customers. Smaller specialized companies can also become attractive acquisition targets for larger platforms because they may possess valuable intellectual property, engineering expertise, certifications, and customer relationships. If Gnta can repeatedly acquire businesses at reasonable valuations and improve their growth rates, the company could potentially build a much larger industrial platform over time. However, investors should not completely ignore Genenta's original biotechnology operations. The company continues to own the Temferon platform, a cell-based therapy technology designed to deliver therapeutic payloads into the tumor microenvironment. Its TEMGBM program has produced encouraging survival data in patients with newly diagnosed glioblastoma. The company previously reported that 44% of treated patients reached 18-month survival in a data set of 25 patients, with median overall survival of approximately 17 months. While these results are interesting, they remain clinical stage data and should not be interpreted as proof of commercial success. The biotech platform may now be best viewed as an additional option rather than the primary investment thesis. Management has indicated that it prefers a partnership-oriented strategy for the biotech programs rather than funding every clinical development internally. This approach could reduce capital requirements. If a pharmaceutical company becomes interested in Temferon, Gnta could potentially generate licensing revenue, milestone payments, or strategic value without having to finance the entire development process. On the other hand, if no suitable partner emerges, the biotech assets could remain difficult to monetize. The legacy Genenta business has historically been financially weak because clinical stage biotechnology companies typically generate limited operating revenue while carrying significant research and development expenses. For 2025, Genenta reported a net loss of approximately 9.09 million euros. Shareholders' equity was approximately 22.53 million euros at year-end, while total liabilities were approximately 32.82 million euros. The company had previously disclosed approximately $33 million of cash equivalents, and marketable securities at the end of 2025, providing management with capital to pursue the strategic transformation. The potential improvement in Gnta's financial profile comes primarily from its operating subsidiaries. Sòphia generated 7.17 million euros of sales in 2025, while ATC is targeting approximately 4 million euros of revenue in 2026 and approximately 9 million euros in 2027. If Gnta successfully obtains control of these businesses and consolidates their results, the company's revenue profile could look dramatically different from the legacy biotech financial statements. This transition from primarily cash-burning R&D toward operating businesses with positive EBITDA is arguably the central reason why investors are paying attention to Gnta. 2027 could be the most important year for evaluating whether the transformation is actually working. ATC expects significant revenue growth from approximately 4 million euros in 2026 to approximately 9 million euros in 2027, while EBITDA is also expected to increase substantially. Sòphia has demonstrated strong growth and profitability already. If both businesses continue executing and Gnta adds additional strategic acquisitions, the company could potentially develop into a much larger aerospace and defense-oriented platform. However, investors should focus not only on revenue growth, but also on acquisition prices, margins, cash generation, and the amount of equity Gnta issues to finance the expansion. Dilution is probably the single biggest risk facing Gnta shareholders. The company has received authorization for substantial future share issuance and convertible financing. This gives management significant flexibility to fund acquisitions, but it also means existing shareholders could own a smaller percentage of the company in the future. A business can grow substantially while the stock performs poorly if the share count grows even faster. Therefore, when evaluating Gnta through 2027, investors should pay close attention to the number of outstanding ADSs and the terms of every financing transaction. Another important issue is Nasdaq compliance. Gnta has faced the minimum bid price requirement, and shareholders authorized a reverse stock split in a range of 1-for-10 to 1-for-20. A reverse split can help increase the quoted share price and maintain exchange compliance, but it does not create fundamental value. Investors should therefore avoid interpreting a reverse split as a bullish fundamental catalyst. What matters is whether the underlying businesses are becoming more valuable on a per-share basis after the corporate restructuring. For 2026, the most important developments will likely involve the completion of acquisition milestones, Sòphia's continued growth, ATC's operating performance, and additional strategic acquisitions. Investors should also monitor the proposed corporate transformation and the potential adoption of the Sientra Forge name. The July 2026 shareholder meeting deferred the proposed name change, making the next shareholder vote an important corporate milestone. More importantly, the market will be watching whether management can demonstrate that these acquisitions are creating measurable revenue and EBITDA rather than simply increasing the company's complexity. By 2027, the market should have considerably more information about whether the strategy is working. A successful scenario would involve Sòphia continuing to grow, ATC reaching its revenue and EBITDA targets, Gnta acquiring additional profitable businesses, and management maintaining reasonable capital discipline. In that situation, the company could potentially move from a speculative biotech valuation toward an industrial growth valuation. But if acquisitions underperform, financing becomes highly dilutive, or management struggles to integrate the businesses, the transformation could destroy shareholder value instead. In the bear case, Gnta fails to generate enough operating cash flow from its acquisitions. ATC and Sòphia underperform. The biotech platform generates little commercial value, and the company needs significant additional capital. Heavy dilution could then become the dominant problem. Under such circumstances, an illustrative 2027 valuation range could be approximately 40 cents to 80 cents per pre-split ADS. This is not a prediction, but rather a downside scenario demonstrating how vulnerable the stock could be if the transformation fails. In the base case, Sòphia continues growing, ATC reaches most of its 2026-2027 targets, Gnta obtains meaningful control of its operating businesses, and management successfully develops the company into a strategic industrial platform. Temferon remains an additional option through potential partnerships rather than the main source of revenue. Under this scenario, an illustrative 2027 valuation could fall in the range of $1.50 to $3 per pre-split ADS, although the actual per-share outcome would depend heavily on future dilution. In the bull case, Sòphia and ATC outperform expectations. Gnta successfully completes additional acquisitions. European aerospace and defense spending continues supporting demand, and the company builds a much larger portfolio of specialized businesses. At the same time, Temferon could potentially attract a pharmaceutical partner. Under this scenario, an illustrative 2027 valuation could reach approximately $3 to $6 per pre-split ADS. This would require strong execution and relatively disciplined financing. The extreme bull case would require several positive developments to happen simultaneously. Gnta would need to successfully control and scale its existing acquisitions, add several additional high-quality aerospace and defense businesses, maintain strong EBITDA growth, limit dilution, and potentially monetize the Temferon platform through a major strategic partnership. If all of these factors came together, Gnta could potentially become worth several $100 million. However, this should be viewed as a highly speculative possibility, rather than a realistic base case forecast. Traditional biotech valuation methods are becoming less useful for Gnta because the company is changing its business model. A sum of the parts approach makes more sense. Investors can think about the value of Sòphia, the potential value of ATC, future acquisition opportunities, the remaining cash position, and the potential value of Temferon, then subtract liabilities and account for future dilution. The biggest challenge is that Gnta's future share count is uncertain, so enterprise-level valuation may be more useful than simply applying a price-to-sales multiple to today's share count. The most important catalysts to watch are acquisition milestones, Sòphia's revenue and EBITDA growth, ATC's 2026 and 2027 results, additional aerospace and defense acquisitions, potential Temferon partnerships, Nasdaq compliance, the proposed corporate transformation, and future financing terms. Among these, financing deserves special attention because even a successful acquisition strategy can produce disappointing shareholder returns if management issues too many new shares at unfavorable prices. Gnta carries an unusually high level of risk. The first major risk is dilution. The second is execution risk, because building an acquisition platform requires a completely different skill set from operating a clinical stage biotech company. There is also integration risk, financing risk, Nasdaq compliance risk, and the possibility that the acquired companies fail to achieve their projections. The biotech assets also remain scientifically and commercially uncertain. This combination makes Gnta much more speculative than a typical established aerospace, defense, or biotechnology company. Overall, Gnta is no longer simply a bet on whether Genenta can successfully develop a cancer therapy. It is increasingly a bet on whether management can transform a small biotech company into a diversified industrial platform focused on aerospace, defense, national security, and biotechnology. The early Sòphia financial results provide some evidence that the strategy can bring real revenue and profitability into the organization, while ATC creates another potential growth engine. At the same time, the company's capital structure remains the biggest concern. Large authorized share issuances and convertible financing could significantly dilute existing shareholders. Therefore, the most important question for Gnta investors is not simply whether the company's revenue grows. The real question is how much value management creates for each existing share after acquisitions, financing, and dilution. My illustrative scenario framework would be 40 cents to 80 cents for the bear case, $1.50 to $3 for the base case, $3 to $6 for the bull case, and $6.00 plus for the extreme bull case. These are scenario ranges rather than Wall Street consensus targets, and they are particularly sensitive to dilution in any future reverse split. My overall educational rating for Gnta is speculative hold, high-risk watch list. The upside potential is significant if the aerospace and defense acquisition strategy succeeds, but the risks are equally significant. For 2026-2027, I would consider Gnta a high-risk asymmetric opportunity where acquisition execution, EBITDA growth, capital allocation, and dilution control will ultimately determine whether shareholders receive meaningful returns. So, Genenta Science is entering a completely different chapter. The company is moving from a primarily clinical stage biotech story toward a potentially diversified aerospace, defense, and biotechnology platform. If Sòphia and ATC continue growing, additional acquisitions are completed at attractive valuations, and management controls dilution, Gnta could have substantial upside from today's valuation. But if financing becomes heavily dilutive or the acquisition strategy fails, the downside could be equally severe. For investors willing to accept very high risk, Gnta is certainly a stock worth watching closely through 2026 and 2027. But it is not a conventional low-risk investment.